Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red. I get a video today from Men Only.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to find myself a husband.
Fellas, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about how lonely and desperate modern women are now flocking to places like Home Depot, literally begging for a husband. The tables have turned, and the desperation is real. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it.
So somebody told me that we're no longer using dating apps. We're going to Trader Joe's, Home Depot to find our husband, and that's what we're going to do today.
I don't know very many men that go to Trader Joe's, just personally.
Okay, so this is the fit. I thought it was casual, cute, but like still kind of...
How sad is this that they have to record themselves going somewhere, then record themselves like preparing and showing each other how they look going to these places, trying to attract men? How desperate is this? This looks completely desperate.
girly. All right, here we go. This is what my life has come to. So it was kind of a bust. I got approached by a girl, and she said, "Oh my God, you're so pretty. Can you take my survey?" So I mean, a win's a win. But on to the next place.
Really? That's a win? Someone trying to get a survey from you? Really?
So I'm kind of over it. So I got in and out instead, and I don't know. I just want to go home.
This woman literally said that someone told her, "I'm not looking for a husband on dating apps. I'm going to Home Depot or Trader Joe's to find one." And now she's at Home Depot hunting for a husband. You can't make this up.
You really
After
can't.
all the "I'm a strong, independent woman" talk, now we got women walking up and down the plumbing aisle hoping to bump into a man who knows how to install a water heater and commit emotionally. That's where we are now. Let's get real. Modern dating culture, especially on dating apps, is a dumpster fire, and everyone knows it. But instead of asking why men don't want to commit anymore, instead of reflecting on the years of playing games, rejecting decent men, ghosting, and choosing excitement over stability, now women are turning to hardware stores as the new dating scene. Sis, if you're at Home Depot looking for a man, it's already too late. Because here's the thing. The men at Home Depot are working on their homes, not out here trying to
Or they're working on other people's homes.
get picked up by women who treated decent men like they weren't good enough back when they had options. You don't get to spend your 20s chasing the bad boys and your 30s trying to find a husband next to the power drills and PVC pipe. Let's call it what it is. Desperation disguised as strategy. Men aren't dumb. They see through the performance. You weren't interested in the man with the 9 to 5, the one who knew how to fix things, who wasn't flashy but was consistent. Now that the apps are full of casual hookups and situationships, suddenly blue-collar men in Carhartt jackets are looking real attractive. This is what happens when dating becomes a game and the players start to lose. Because now, women aren't just leaving the apps. They're treating Home Depot like Tinder in real life, hoping to run into a husband material guy while pretending they care about deck stain. The truth is, the men women want are done playing the game. They're not at singles mixers. They're not on dating apps swiping endlessly. And they're definitely not checking out women in aisle 12 while shopping for a new toilet seat.
I've never gone to Home Depot and tried to look at women, like, ever. I go to Home Depot to get electrical wire, to get some screws, to get certain things and tools I need. I go directly to that thing. I don't even browse Home Depot. Like, that's not one of those stores I like to browse.
They're building their lives, not begging to be seen. So here's the advice. Instead of chasing men in stores like it's scavenger hunt season, maybe reflect on why things got here in the first place. Respect, accountability, and humility go further than a trip to Home Depot. Because a man worth marrying, he doesn't need to be found. He shows up for the right woman who brings peace, not performance.
My friend told me over the weekend that if he ever saw me in public and he didn't know me, he wouldn't approach me because he would be extremely intimidated by me. My mom's been telling me that my whole life. She's been saying, "No, Stephanie, they don't approach you because they're intimidated by you." And I'm like, no.
We're not. But we also see that you work out a little bit too much and it's unattractive.
They just think I'm ugly or they just think I'm fat. But apparently it's true. Some men are intimidated by me.
I'm sure maybe like two.
And then recently I saw a video where the lady was like, well, in a gym setting or out in public, you have to signal that you are open to men approaching you. I'm
Makes
like, well, I don't know how to do that. Like, how do I open myself up to have men approach me? Like, hey, like, hi. I mean, what do you want me to do? Stick my ass out?
Be feminine. Like, that's pretty much it. Be feminine, smile. But obviously, you cannot do that, lady. You have gone way too much in the masculinity side.
And walk down the aisles of the gym just like open to meeting anybody? No, I'm not doing that. Plus, at the gym, I'm like in the zone, and the only other place I really go is like the grocery store. And you meet some weird freaking people at the grocery store, let me tell you. And I refuse to date because dating is such a waste of time. Like, you go out with
What do you want? Just a man to just wife you up immediately or something?
somebody for a few months. You don't get the real version of them. They don't want to have real conversations. They don't want to have deep conversations. They want to have surface level bullshit conversations that don't include anything about the future or their goals or anything that they want to do. And everybody's talking about like, what do you bring to the table and what are you going to contribute? And I do everything for myself, so I don't need a man. Like, that's not the case. I do everything for myself because I absolutely have to. I do everything for myself because I don't have a choice. When something goes wrong, I call my dad. When I need some advice
Isn't that a man?
or something's going crazy in my life, I call my mom. Like, I don't need a man. I am forced to do everything that I have to do as a single female. However, it would be great to have a partner
You literally just said you used your dad. Is your dad not a man?
in this life. That's what it's about. It's not about what he can provide for me or what he can do for me. It's about having a partner that can help me handle all the shit that life throws at me on a day-to-day basis. It's about having somebody that I can call at any hour of the day and express my emotional trauma that's going on in my head over some stupid shit. And he'll be like, it's all right, babe. I got you. You want to go have dinner tonight?
Yeah, you just want us to conform to everything you want. You don't want to conform to actually having to deal with another person that has their own feelings that might have expectations from you.
It's about hearing a freaking crazy noise in the middle of the night and having somebody to wake up and be like, babe, I think there's something out there. It's about knowing that I'm going to get like anesthesia for some kind of surgical operation and I have somebody to take me to the doctors and pick me up. It's about not having to worry about who I'm going to invite
It's just literally everything we can do for you, right?
on the next trip so that I'm not hiking in the mountains of Arizona and get offed by some serial killer. It's about having somebody carry me through life when the weight is too heavy and I don't want to handle it all by myself.
Yeah, that's not what husbands, we're not there to carry your weight through life. That's we carry enough weight ourselves to carry your damn weight plus all the kids and everything else. Carry yourself.
And yes, it's also about having somebody that can take out the trash on a regular basis, wash the cars, hang up the shower curtain, hang up curtain rods in my bedroom, like all of the things that a man would do, picking up a drill. Like, I don't want to pick up drills. I don't want to be drilling things. I don't want to be putting things together. I do that stuff because I have to. But if I had a partner, then I could be taking some of the stuff off of his plate that he doesn't want to do. And he could be taking some of the stuff off of my plate that I don't want to do. I don't mind doing dishes. We can cook together. Like, there's all these things that in a partner.
You see, I can do dishes and we can cook together. No, I don't cook for him. No, we can cook together, right? So what you just literally mentioned, the things that you're willing to do for him are minuscule. Minuscule, and he can replace it with money. He can have a maid.
Partnership makes like life easier to navigate. Do we have to do absolutely everything together? No, we don't. We can have our own separate lives and you can do the things that you love, like golf, maybe, if you like to golf. I don't know. I'm not very good at golf. I'll go with you if you need me to go with you, but I don't have to go. But I would like you to go.
God, imagine going golfing with her. She would just never shut the hell up.
Hiking with me, like that would be nice. And maybe sometimes I'll want to go by myself. But it's just this whole idea of like we have to be providing for each other and you have to bring something to the table. Like, no, I just need help. And I'm sure you do too. I'm so tired of seeing women talk about, like, how can you make a man obsessed with you? And
Girl, I don't need help. I don't think most men need help in their daily lives for a woman to come and pick up things from them. We really don't.
if he doesn't have enough money, like if he can't provide and blah, blah, blah. I've had broke men take me out for dinner. Like, it doesn't matter how much money he makes. He will do whatever it takes to make you happy if you're truly somebody that he wants to be with. Grab a picnic basket and throw together some ham sandwiches. I don't know, but a man can make you feel valuable without emptying his wallet. And if that's not the type of man that you're looking for, then that's fine. If you're just looking for somebody to provide for you monetarily, then that's okay. That you're just a different type of girl. That's not what I want in my life. I want a...
See, as much as she's saying all this bullshit, and it's a lot of bullshit going on right here. Girl.
best friend. I want somebody that I can hang out with and laugh with and watch TV with and like hang out on the couch and eat popcorn and get fat and do all the things that partners do together. Like, is there anything wrong with that? I don't think so.
Yeah, it's just everything that you've ever asked for men, you listed. But the things that you were willing to provide and do for them, you had two things.
I think everybody's just way too focused on what you can do for me. And
you literally listed nothing but things they can do for you and do for you, and you want them to do for you.
I'm also worried about what I can do for you, because I want to alleviate you of some of the stress that you have in your life while you alleviate the stress that I have in my life, in my little head.
Like, how does that make sense? Right? If both people have this amount of stress and he can't solve it, you can't solve yours, all of a sudden you come together, he solves yours, you solve his. That's not how stress works. That's not how coming together as a family unit works.
If I start thinking that there's something going on in our relationship and I want to ask you questions about it, I don't want to feel weird about that. I don't want to feel weird about calling you in the middle of the day just to say hi. I don't want to be feeling weird about having insecure moments in our relationship where I'm like, oh my gosh, does he actually care about me? Does he even like me? Like, that's going to happen. Those are real things that happen in real human brains. And so I want to be able to openly discuss that without feeling weird or insecure about it. Yeah, women are crazy. It takes a real man to put up with a real woman. That's just...
So women are crazy. Real men have to deal with crazy women, or else you're not a real man. Yes, we're not real men. We just don't deal with crazy.
That's how it's going to be. But I think that in the end, it's all going to be worth it if you have a partner that you can walk through this life with and have fun with and do all the things that you would normally do by yourself with somebody that's like-minded and wants.
See, they don't understand what a relationship is. They don't understand what marriage is. They don't understand what coming together truly means. They just think, I just want to live my life happily with somebody else.
Wants to do the things that you want to do in life.
There's no duties involved.
Someone who has goals, who has aspirations, who likes to travel, who wants to do living versus just sitting around being miserable and dying. Now, I don't know if that type of man exists in this world. I'm sure that he does. I'm sure that one day I'm going to meet him and we're going to be happily ever after. But until then, I am not willing to settle for just some mediocre relationship because I want to be with someone. That's not the case. I don't just want to be with someone. I don't just want to not be alone. I want to be happy in a partnership. That's what I want.
Just ran around in circles, saying literally nothing.
So for those of you who've reached out to me asking me if I found my future husband yet, if I'm still dating, I am not. I am not dating. I haven't dated for, I don't know, almost 6 months now. I was dating someone. It didn't work out. But, you know, here I am. Back in the same place I have been for the last 4 to 5 years. And I'm extremely happy and I love my life so much. And so if I do find a partner that is going to add to my happiness, then that would be great. If not, that's okay too. But I just think we need to stop worrying about what other people can do for us and do for yourself the things that you would expect someone else to do for you. And then at some point in the future, maybe someone will come along, your knight in shining armor, and he'll take out the trash for you on Tuesdays and Fridays. I don't know.
This woman literally said that men are intimidated by her, and that's why they're not approaching her. Let's be honest here. This is one of the most overused, recycled excuses in the dating world today. Whenever
It's one of the most untrue.
modern women don't get the attention they think they deserve, the fallback line is, men are just intimidated by me. But here's the truth. Men aren't intimidated. They're uninterested. It's not your degree. It's not your career. It's not your boss babe energy. It's the attitude, the ego, the entitlement, and the vibe that screams, I don't need a man, but I want one who'll still do everything for me. Let's cut through the delusion for a second. Men aren't approaching because they're tired of being mocked, rejected, belittled, or called weak just for being genuine. They're not scared of you. They're protecting their peace. Because many men today know that one strong, independent woman often comes with a side of superiority complex, emotional walls, and a long list of unrealistic expectations. Men approach what they feel welcomed by, not what they feel like they have to compete against. You can't walk around with energy that says, I don't need you. I'm better than you. I intimidate you. And then wonder why nobody's coming up to say hello. That's not intimidating. That's off-putting. Big difference. Here's what's really happening. Men don't want to spend energy proving they're man enough just to earn basic respect. Men don't want to compete with your masculine energy. And most of all, men are done chasing women who've convinced themselves they're the prize without ever asking what they bring to the table outside of demands.
I mean, she said herself, I don't care about what I bring to the table.
So no, sis, they're not intimidated. They've just learned the hard way that not all attention is worth giving, especially to someone who thinks that being unapproachable is a flex. You want men to approach? Drop the ego, drop the delusion, and maybe, just maybe, try being pleasant instead of proud. Men don't mind approaching. They just don't chase arrogance dressed up as confidence.
Was trying to find a husband at Home Depot TikTok trend, then this happened.
Doing one of those TikTok trends, trying to find your husband in Home Depot.
Yeah, wait, actually, yes.
Oh, my daughter's got an app too. She's doing it. It's not as good looking as you though.
Yeah, what do we got here? That gorilla grip. You are beautiful.
That's my cue to leave.
I have no idea.
Hey, I just want to apologize about my friend's gorilla grip comment.
It's like they don't think men are also watching these things and know what they're doing at Home Depot.
I'm normal, okay, and I do want to say I'm recently divorced, just so you know. Yeah, so
It's not going up.
that was a joke. That was a joke.
Why is it? I don't know why my window.
I am recently divorced, but
Wait, I'm actually, I don't know how.
yeah.
Have you heard about the movement where girls are ditching dating apps and trying to find men at Home Depot instead?
It's always like the TikTok commentaries. Just go to Home Depot, go to the lumber section.
So there's this girl named Caitlin Anzari who has been sharing her journey on TikTok. So the idea is that like Home Depot has blue collar, hardworking men. Typically there's a lot of cute guys at Home Depot, you know? So she took this challenge literally and she went to Home Depot and she was dressed cute and she found this guy and recorded the whole thing. She saw him and she was like, oh my gosh, that guy's cute. So she goes up to him and she's literally recording, but she's like,
Oh, is this the one with the guy with the kid?
hiding her phone somehow. She asks him, she says, I'm trying to hang a picture. Like, do you think you could help me find the stuff that I need?
Stop
And you can tell he's kind of like flustered, but he's like, yeah, sure. So he takes her to like the wall hanging aisle, finds this stuff to hang it and starts like asking her questions about the painting. Like, what size is it? Is there a wire in the back? And there's no painting. There's no painting. She just made it up.
Starting up the relationship on a lie.
Yeah. So
Yep.
she's just like making up dimensions for this piece of art. And she's like, it's like 30 by 20. Does it have a wire?
dirty butt. Jeez.
No. So he ends up getting her the stuff, and then he starts walking away, and she's like, oh, dang, like nothing came of it. And then he turns back around and asks for her number.
Stop it.
Yeah, so she gives him her number. He texts her and says, like, I'm sorry I made a fool out of myself. I was really flustered. Like, it's not every day a pretty girl comes up to you and asks for help.
Cute.
And so he told her, like, if it's okay with you, I'd love to help you hang this picture.
Stop. She's got to go find.
Setting yourself up for failure.
The picture.
And then he says, I'd also love to take you to dinner before, if that's okay.
Gosh.
So he literally asks her on a date. They go to dinner, and then he comes and helps her hang up the painting. That was in October, and they're still dating.
That's just, again, so sweet.
If I was a man and found out that I got tricked this way, oh hell no. This just reminds me of how Mr. Deeds, the movie Mr. Deeds with Adam Sandler, how he always wanted to save a woman, so she pretended that she was drowning so he can save her, so he can be the hero and have this connection with her. This is very similar to that.
I have some follow-up questions
Manipulation.
I'd like to ask.
Okay.
Are boys starting to know about the trend that women are trying to find men at Home Depot?
Yes.
Okay, my second question. What is the actual chance in these kind of meet cutes that
Hardly ever.
he's actually single?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not pessimistic here. I just, like, what are the actual chances?
Mm-hmm.
He's actually single, he's a good dude, and they're gonna vibe.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to find myself a husband.
It's funny because like most Home Depots look exactly the same with the entrance with all the stuff they have.
Here's the thing. This woman is literally standing in Home Depot, phone in hand, asking, where are the men at? You can't make this stuff up. Sis, they're there. They've always been there. Fixing stuff. Minding their business. Doing real-world things. You just didn't notice them before because back then you were too busy chasing brunch, bad boys, and blue check marks. And now suddenly, you're in aisle 7 looking for a husband like he's sitting next to the plumbing supplies. This is the modern dating crisis in one TikTok clip. You spent years ignoring, dismissing, or laughing at the boring guys who actually had something going for them. And now you're in Home Depot, hoping to reverse engineer femininity by pretending you were always about that soft life. Spoiler alert, men can tell when it's not genuine.
True.
You're not there because you enjoy tools. You're not there because you love DIY projects. You're there because TikTok told you that good men shop at Home Depot. Let's be honest, this isn't a husband hunt. This is another trend. Aesthetic wife hunting for clout. And the irony? The kind of man you're hoping to attract is the same man who's probably looking at you sideways thinking, she only came here because someone told her I might be here. Real men, the ones who build things, fix things, provide and protect, they see through performance. They don't want to be a reward for your rebrand. They want peace, purpose, and partnership, not someone chasing them like a trendy lifestyle accessory. So if you're asking, where are the men at, while filming yourself for the internet, chances are you still don't get it. The good men aren't hiding. They're just not looking for attention. They're looking for respect. And until that becomes the culture again, even Home Depot can't help you.
This video right here is for the women who are praying for or looking for godly men. If that is not you, you can keep on moving. You're not ready for a godly man. And I say this with lots of love. I say it out of love. You are not ready for a godly man. You know how I know this? Because of how you act, because of how you think, because of how you talk. If you're someone who is trying to still fight and argue and do the whole unstable emotionally and mentally thing, you're not ready for a godly man. Because let me tell you what, he is going to shut that down so quick. But let me just tell you this right here. In order for you to be ready for a godly man, you need to tighten up. You need to tighten up, okay? Because this man is not going to come at you wanting to fight. This man is going to come at you wanting to solve. This man is not going to come at you wanting from you. He's going to come at you giving, okay? He's not going to expect. He is going to provide. It's a crazy concept. It's crazy, but you need to be mentally prepared and emotionally prepared to be with a man like that. Because when you and I are unstable, trying to get in a relationship with a man like that, we're going to mess it up. We're going to mess it up in the worst kind of ways. I know this because
This is actually sound advice.
it was almost me. However, I have prayed over this man for years. I have wanted to be with a godly man for years, and he didn't look like what I thought he was going to look like. And I don't mean physically. I just meant the picture, the idea of this man didn't look the way that I thought it was going to look. So at first I was skeptical. I was hesitant. I was hurt, jaded, wounded. And she was trying to push that on this man. This man did not allow that to happen. So let me just tell you this. Before you mess this up, because you are wanting this godly man so bad, fix yourself first. Focus on yourself. When you focus on yourself and you are working on you, then God opens doors. Then God presents the opportunities. Stop looking for it. You're so focused on wanting this thing so badly that you are neglecting the things that you need to work on in yourself. So work on yourself first.
I mean, work on yourself and still look for it.
Put God first. Let everything else be. Let everything else be. Okay?
Here's the thing. This woman actually said it, and she's not wrong. She said women who claim they're looking for a godly man aren't even ready for one. And honestly, that truth hit like a Bible verse. Because let's be real, you can't say you want a God-fearing man while living like the opposite. You can't be up in the club Saturday night and then act shocked when he's not in your life by Sunday morning. You can't talk reckless, move wild, post thirst traps, entertain chaos, and then say, God send me a man who prays. Godly men aren't out here looking for women who only call on God when their life is falling apart or when they've exhausted every toxic option. They're not falling for the God first in your bio if your behavior says me first in real life. You want a man who leads, protects, provides, has discipline, purpose, and faith. But do you submit, support, nurture, and walk in faith yourself? Because that's what a godly woman does. Truth is, a lot of modern women say godly man the same way they say tall, rich, or handsome.
True.
It's just another checkbox. But a godly man isn't just a feature. He's a responsibility. And he's looking for a partner who's spiritually aligned, not just someone who throws around religious buzzwords. You want a man who lives by the word? Cool. Then your lifestyle, your values, and your heart posture better reflect it. Because godly men don't chase chaos. They pray for peace. And if your presence doesn't bring peace, they're not staying. So before asking God for that man, ask yourself, am I the kind of woman he's praying for? Because you attract what you're prepared for, not just what you say you want.
Okay, I have completely debunked the myth of going to Home Depot to find a man. I go to Home Depot this was not my intention. I go to Home Depot on Saturday because I need 15 bags of potting soil. I pull in my little mid-size SUV and I park right across from the potting soil because I know I'm going to have to load this myself. I go in, I get what I need, I pick up 1 bag of potting soil, and I tell the little girl at the register, I said, I need 15 bags of these, but I'm parked right across from it because I'm just going to load it up. She said, okay, that's great. So while she's checking me out, I look up and I see this big Ford F-350 pull in basically right in front of where I need to load, but I could still walk around the front end of his truck. So I walk out, and Mr. Ford F-350 guy gets out of his truck, and the Home Depot guy is loading his mulch for him. Now, the Ford F-350 guy, he's not out of shape, but he's not in shape. Looks to be about my age, just standing there talking. Maybe he had an injury. I don't know. He looked very capable, but maybe he had an injury. He's talking to the Home Depot guy while the Home Depot guy is loading up his mulch. So I start loading up my potting soil. I'm picking up 3 bags at a time, walking back and forth, loading them up. I have 5 trips. So on my last trip over, the Home Depot guys now walked off to go find this guy's garden soil. And the little Ford F-350 guy comes over and he says, how many more bags do you need? I said, this is my last trip. And he picks up a bag. I said, just throw it on top. I've already got 2 bags in my hand. I said, just throw it. He said, are you sure? I said, I'm positive, just throw it on.
So the man offers the help, and you told him to fuck off, pretty much, huh?
Top. So I turn and I spin to go load this in my mid-size SUV. Hatch is open. And I hear another guy say, look at her. She's getting it. That's the kind of wife I need. That's why I'm not married. I haven't found somebody like her. I very much appreciate that compliment. And I look, and this guy's young, probably 28 to 32 max. Not a very big man. You can tell he works out, but not a very big man. And so I look at him and I'm thinking, I appreciate the compliment. I've got 3 bags of potting soil. I'm carrying this stuff. I'm doing good. But young man, first of all, I'm old enough to be your mom. Second, I'm in visibly better shape than you are. Third, I'm menopausal. I would absolutely destroy you, young man.
Really? You really think you're gonna like just because you're menopausal and you work out more? The man's 28. He's in his physical prime.
But I do appreciate the compliment.
Where are the men with receding hairlines? Seriously, where they at, though? Where are they? Because I am trying to find one. Because do you know why I love a man with a receding hairline? I am not even joking. I love me a bald man, okay?
I have plenty of friends that fit this description. I'll send you their numbers.
So it's actually exciting for me to be with a man who has a receding hairline. It's a bit of a sneak peek of what's to come, and that is exactly what I am buzzing for, because it means I get to see the show. Like, it's slowly just appearing, and it's almost like anticipatory. Do you know what I mean? The thought of the fact that one day you're gonna go bald, I eat that up. I love it.
Sounds a little diabolical, but go on.
Come here, baby. Let me spit on that thing. Let me wipe it around. You know what I'm saying? That, I love a bold man. I really do. There's something about a bold man. It just shows confidence. So when a man has a receding hairline, it's exciting for me. I'm excited because I'm like, one day you're going to have the baldest head and it's going to be wonderful. I can't wait. So where are the bald men? And where are the receding hairline men?
This woman literally asked, where are all the men with receding hairlines? And you know what's wild? You've got women out here with 6-inch lashes, 3 layers of foundation, wigs glued tighter than their rent budget, talking about receding hairlines like that's a deal breaker. Like, ma'am, you got your whole hairline sitting on your nightstand, but a man's natural hairline is where you draw the line. This is what modern dating has become. Men get judged for aging naturally, while women get praised for aging artificially. Men lose a little hair, and it's, where are all the men with receding hairlines? But when women wear wigs, weaves, filler, contour, and filters, it's self-love. Here's the truth. That man with a receding hairline probably has peace, purpose, and a paid-off mortgage. He ain't out here playing games. He's building legacy. He doesn't care about chasing clout. He's focused on stability. And what's crazy? The same women clowning these men are the same ones crying on TikTok about how men today don't want commitment. Well, sis, maybe you're busy looking at the hairline instead of the head on his shoulders. Because a man with a receding hairline might not have time to be cute for Instagram. He's too busy handling business in real life.
Damn right.
So maybe the question shouldn't be, where are all the men with receding hairlines? Maybe it should be, where are the women mature enough to see value beyond aesthetics? Because looks fade. Character and consistency, that's forever.
Well, I didn't find a husband. Where is the good men? Useless. Yeah, forget Home Depot. Bowling! I've been telling you ladies this whole time, go bowling. There's plenty of awesome men bowling. They just don't really meet that many women because not very many women bowl. So you start going to bowling alleys and seeing, affluent men there. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.